The two documents, which are basically kind of almost drafted together, is the LP agreement, which is limited partner agreement, and the PPM, which is the private placement memorandum. A lot of what's in the LP agreement is incorporated into the private placement memorandum, and that document is a document that you use in your fundraising. And so it has a lot of things in there like business strategy, fees, expenses, and that's all laid out. And again, the attorney that's familiar with the space will know what the market is for your type of strategy. The old 2 and 20 model may be able to be utilized, but if you don't have a name, don't have a really good track record, you might have to change on your fees in order to attract capital. So it's an important piece to really get those documents drafted up, have them buttoned down, and have that all ready to go before you go out for your fundraising. But again, depends on your pedigree and where you've come from. So I've talked to GPs that are setting up their funds that never used a placement agent, hit their number that they were trying to raise in less than a year, and we're all set. But a lot of funds that are starting up and don't have that pedigree and want to go out on their own have trouble. Fundraising is very hard. You're trying to get people to commit money to you based upon what your strategy is, what your story is. Maybe you can document returns you've had in the past at another organization. Sometimes that's hard. They won't give you attribution to your deals that you did there. Raising money is difficult, and so various placement agents may specialize in certain industries, certain types of funds, and so having them help you raise money is a way to go with a lot of funds. So a lot of our smaller funds that start up hire placement agents to help raise the money. A lot of institutions now want to have a third-party administrator do the books and records. It doesn't take away the role of the CFO. The CFO will review that information, and the CFO will do all the reporting. So that's always helpful internally, so the CFO can concentrate on other things and also take some things off the GP. Your first year, you'll be doing a lot of investing, and so there won't be a lot of sales or cash coming in, so it's a lot of cash going out. So the administrator is responsible for capital calls. So if you're going to make an investment, you have to call capital, because in a private equity fund, you don't raise capital immediately. You do it deal by deal. You'll raise capital for maybe management fee payments. So the administrator is responsible for sending out those capital calls. Then once you go down the life of the fund and you start to liquidate some of those positions, the administrator will deal with the calculations, what the gain or loss is on that. They'll also deal with the cash coming in. If there's any distributions, they'll deal with the distributions as well. So you need an auditor to audit the fund. So most documents, whether you're registered or not, require you to have an outside audit. Again, similar to what we talked about with the attorney and the administrators, the right firm could help you in fundraising. And also the size of your fund may determine who you're going to look at. So, a lot of the mega funds will go to the big four. Funds that are smaller than that would look for more boutique auditing firms that are tied into the area. So Withum is one of those firms that can handle, mid-market or even larger funds. They can just use it for capital calls, or whether they can carry it for a period of time. But it's good to have all those things lined up, because the worst thing that could happen is you're trying to do a deal and trying to close, and you can't get your capital in from your investors in a timely manner. So having those lines of credits available would be very helpful.